All right, good morning. So, unfortunately, we're off to an unbelievable start. So, first off, everybody, good morning. So we've upgraded a few things in the studio, but unfortunately, one of the things we have not upgraded is the computers, or one of the computers here. So our player computer is conked out. Like it's an older one. So we literally have to take it in the back and treat it like old yellow and shoot it and dispose of it. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So usually, obviously, we have our intro play, but being that we've done this show for what has it been, 4 years now, 3 or 4 years?
3 or 4 years.
I would imagine, and then we've had the same intro for 3 years. Because we had another intro before. Everybody, yes. You can tell everybody. We don't have that anymore. Yeah, and now we've had that new intro. So unfortunately, since the computer is not playing right now, I thought it'd be a great idea if we would sing our usual intro. Now, here's a big test. Do you know the intro?
I'm trying to think of it. I'm like, you don't see me. I'm like, all right, I think I got it.
Okay. All right.
And then I might scare you off if I forget.
Okay. Now, Voice, do you know the intro?
No.
You don't know the intro?
I just know the beat.
Well, you're always late, so that means...
You are now listening to that's when you come in.
Right.
Yes. All right, so I guess it's just up to me and Chris.
Who's going to count us down?
All right, Sly's going to count us down. All right, ready? Sly, count us down.
5, 4,
Take a...
3,
Yeah.
2, live.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to be out late. Good morning. Good morning to you. What in the Hard Rock Hotel was that?
Wow.
What in the Hard Rock?
That was a train wreck.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. It's the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show coming to you live from Facebook Live and YouTube. The number to call in 516-900-2278. We are the Weekend Review Show. We do this every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. here on Facebook Live. Unfortunately, we do not have our one of the 4 members here. Bino is sick. I hope he doesn't have the flu.
I hope so.
Which has been going around, and I hear it's actually taking lives.
Absolutely. Young and old.
Wow. So we hope you get better, brother. I don't know. Hopefully he can call us up and let us know.
He's watching.
He's watching. All right, cool. Yes. So hopefully he gets better and he's all good, and you know, we hope he recovers and makes it. He won't be here next week as well because I think he's going on a trip.
Well, I won't be here next week either.
Jesus.
What the?
I'll be going. I'm gonna go to Trinidad. I told you guys.
Trinidad? You going with Trinidad?
No, I'm not going with Trinidad.
You should go with Trinidad.
Meet him there?
Why can't you go with Trinidad?
He'll give you a tour guide.
No faces, no cases. Trinidad is a whole nother level of partying.
Okay, relax.
We just said that we were getting along.
We were. Now we've had a good
anymore.
What is it? A good 2-month run.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been all right. But how's everybody's week been? I know you were sick. Dad, when was the last time we've done a show? 2 weeks ago. So are you okay? What happened to you? What did you eat?
I went to said restaurant and.
No, call them out.
I know I can't. I won't do it.
Is it a friend of yours?
It's not a friend of mine, but it's a black-owned business, so I'm not gonna do it. And let's just say whatever they gave me, I was not.
Yeah, you were not. You were
I'll
not.
say off air,
Lawsuits in your future? Or?
No, I hope not. I mean, I wouldn't, but they need to do a little better.
Okay. All right. What did you eat from this said restaurant?
I had a smothered mushroom chicken.
First of all, we stop there. That's where you messed up. You had the mushroom.
Fungus.
You had the mushroom. And oh man,
are you blaming my sickness on me? I love mushrooms.
Well, isn't it always like you got to be careful with mushrooms if it's not cooked right? I believe in.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, you can't really just indulge in mushrooms and not be cautious. You got to be careful in what you eat. So, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying. I'm trying to kind of give a clear, a clearance for this restaurant you went to. This black-owned restaurant you went to.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the location?
Really excited. No, I was really excited about going to because I've heard so much about it, and I was just like. The next day, I was like, not even the next day, like maybe like the middle of the night. I'm like, hold on 1 second. And if you ever have food poisoning, like your stomach tells you before it gets like,
absolutely.
It feels like there's a brick just rolling around, like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, hold on.
All right, let's not get too graphic. Moving right along. Voice, how was your week, sir?
It was actually incredible for the past 2 weeks.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah.
You must have made some money.
Yeah, exactly. And spent zero
but
of
more
it.
so, there was growth within the people that I've been managing. I have one person that's going to be meeting our CEO of the company this Thursday at earnings hearing. So Her promotion is coming really, really soon, and a lot of people want to meet with her.
Trump,
So definitely
baby.
Congratulate. Yes. People growing.
We're not gonna clap it up for Trump.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
Trump is single-handedly. We'll get to that later, fam.
Everybody's saying Eagles.
No, relax.
I hope you're not thinking. Okay,
We're gonna get to
So
that.
am I the only one that's still boycotting the NFL? Because I like.
Oh yeah, you remember that?
Yeah. Because I have not watched anything. I don't know who's going to the playoffs.
Hold on.
Like,
So you can't boycott something if you never watched it in the first
I
place.
did watch it.
You used to watch the NFL.
Yes, I watched it with my boyfriend every Sunday, and we boycotted it. I didn't even know it was Super Bowl, and I see everybody that was boycotting now telling people where they're going to watch
Those
the
days
Super
are
Bowl. Like,
over.
how are you?
Here's the thing with New York. Like I said, we'll get to that
People
later.
make me
Yes.
sick.
As far as I took a trip out to Atlanta. Okay,
How was that trip, sir?
So it was cool as far as getting there, coming back. The people are really courteous, like Southern hospitality.
It's really the South, yeah.
It is
It's slower.
very yes. Compared to New York, it's very slow. But here's where I made a mistake. So I decided I didn't want to do a hotel room. I always was interested in doing an Airbnb. So I reserve an Airbnb room. Okay. Now in the pictures, and I'm going to show you the pictures of this room. And I should have sent it to Sly because he would have been able to show and share it to everybody, and maybe we'll get it to you during our break. So first thing I walk into, a very nice woman. She's real cool. I believe she's a hairdresser. She has like a space on the first floor. It's a 3-tier apartment. So she has a space on the first floor, very welcoming. But immediately once I step into the apartment, it smells like cats. Cats. Like, you smell cats.
Oh, that's horrible.
I go up the stairs. There's a living room, and then there's the kitchen, and so on and so forth. And then there's 2 nice-looking, cute cats. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And I also find their litter still dirty. Not only that, there were 2 plates that of scraped food on the floor.
You know what? See,
It gets worse. I'm not even done. So
There's more?
There's more. So I look at the floor. I'm like, wow. All right, this is going to be interesting. I walk up another tier of stairs to my actual room.
please don't tell me it still smells like cats.
The whole house smells like cats. It was ridiculous. So I get into my room. The first thing I notice is that there is I guess somebody was burning incense and smoking weed in the room. She didn't bother to clean that up, so the
Can't be too
ash.
bad.
Yeah, so it was still there when I got
The weed
there.
smell was still there.
No weed. No, still cats. The cat.
Oh, the cat.
The cat smell is potent.
cat's
Like
wild.
you can't deny it. Okay, so
gosh.
I'm going to show you a picture of of the ashes. Then there's a refrigerator and a microwave in the room as well. That is dirty as hell. Okay.
I really want you to skip to the end because I want you to.
Okay,
I want,
here's the end result. So I look at the bed. The bottom, the support beam of the bed is dirty. Okay, and it's nasty.
no bed
If I
bugs.
bring home bed bugs, I know the source. That's one thing I know. I know where the source came from. Anyway, so then I look at the headboard. I'm like, okay, cool, a regular headboard. So then it gets cold. I notice the window's open. I close the window. As I'm closing the window, I see the headboard, and I see a doorknob. I'm like, what is it? What is it? Why is there a doorknob? And then I notice, I'm like, yo, that's not a headboard. It's a door. So she essentially detached the door from its entrance and made it a headboard. I kid you not, and here I have the pictures. Please scroll.
That's terrible.
Yes. So
What
I
is
stayed for
this?
2 days.
You paid?
I paid. Yes. This is you have to prepay.
Ew, the microwave is mad dirty.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll send the pictures over to Sly when we take a break, and we'll show everybody. Yes, it was not a.
Oh my God, the incense is right there.
Yeah,
What is covering that?
Dank.
The fan is dirty.
Yes.
The fan is dirty.
Yes. So, but besides that, I had a great time.
Oh, yeah, I bet you did.
My thing
Outside
is,
of that,
Well, let me
But
ask you a question. Were the sheets clean?
you know
would've
what?
known. If you put black light on that thing.
I literally slept in one corner of the bed. Like I curled up like this and said, "All right, I don't want
wouldn't-
to touch
I would
anything
hope
else."
Did
in
you
the-
leave a review?
Yes, I did leave a review, and I did say, "Yo, your shit smelled. It smelled like cats." Like,
And it was dirty.
and it was dirty, very dirty. Yes,
Like
very dirty.
You're having these people stay at your house. And you know what's so funny? I wanted to go back to Cuba and do an Airbnb, and now I'm like, scared.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I mean,
no.
here's the thing. Now, it was Atlanta. Atlanta. One thing I learned about Atlanta is very makeshift. Like they're the type of people. It's very Williamsburgish, where they'll
Yeah.
turn a garage into a barbershop.
I don't
You know what I'm
think
saying?
that I've ever seen that in Atlanta, but
I've seen
I'm
that,
going back.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Atlanta from the 22nd to the 25th, so
Right.
I'm going to pay more attention to
Go
that.
to DCAT. Oh my God.
I'm
Yeah.
staying at the JW Marriott, so
Right.
it's pretty.
Ooh,
Oh,
she did
nice.
it. She did it.
Yeah.
Let's say happy morning to everybody, or good morning to everybody on our thread.
Yes.
Who's on our thread right now?
We got Mr. Ziggs. We got Anna Ford.
Good morning. My thing
Patrick.
is with the door, you didn't think, maybe I should take the doorknob off of
It would have
the,
been a hole.
or just get a headboard. Go to
Get a
IKEA.
headboard, right? Why are you talking about take the knob off? No, get a headboard, not a door.
At least paint it and like there's
No,
ways.
get a door. I mean, get a Lord, get a
Get a
headboard.
door.
Or you know nowadays people DIY things. Make a
I
headboard.
understand. Atlanta is the home of the DIY. Like it's very much so a do-it-yourself. Let's make something out of nothing, and I respect it and I admire it. But there's just certain things you kind of want to put a little bit more effort into, like a headboard.
Yeah, and cleaning.
Yes,
You know,
yes. very
cleaning
much.
where
And
people are
then,
gonna say it.
and before we even get to the top 5 stories, so she tells me, hey, make sure you don't have the cats, you don't leave the cats in the room. They will pee on your stuff.
What about keep the cats in your section of the home because you know you have a guest staying there and they may be allergic
They
to
meowed
cats.
all night. Since I locked my door, I closed my door and locked my door. They
Probably
meowed.
even open the door.
This is
They
no-
were punking
I
you.
could not count sheep for shit. They're like,
I know you was calling Corinne like Corinne. I want
That's
to come
terrible.
home.
that's all I
That's terrible.
I was like, yo.
And I'm very scared of cats. I feel like if you walk out, they're gonna like scratch you. I'm very.
No, they
scared
were
of
very
cats.
nice. They were very cute, nice cats. Like
No,
they
thank
licked my
you.
hands. They were very.
Yeah.
they
You
were
let
just-
them lick you?
Yeah, they were. No, I was petting them, and then they just licked me, and I was like, okay,
no.
we're getting a little bit too close. All right, so since our player is not working right now, I guess we'll do
Top 5
Are we
stories.
going to do a top 5 stories of the
course.
week? Brought to you by Agamemnon's.
Oh wait, I gotta do it properly. Hold on.
Yeah. She's gonna do a spot for. I don't know how we're gonna do commercials. Maybe we'll make our own commercials. But what do you? What
This
is
portion of the show is brought to you by
Arguments.
Agamemnon. The new coconut mint balm.
Yo, it looks like a
Minty.
vial of crack, but okay, whatever.
You didn't let me finish my sponsorship.
Yeah, we're done. Let's get to number 1. So obviously this week we had the State of the Union. Did anybody watch it? It was apparently, according to our president, the highest rated State of the
Highest
Union
rated, yeah.
ever. Is there anything you heard or you caught while watching the State of the Union?
A lot of applause.
Yes.
Well, let me not lie. I fell asleep before the State of the Union.
Don't blame
I
you.
was very tired.
Very
right?
long and very slow.
It was very long, and I had to go to work that night, so I was out of it anyway. But when I watched it the next day, I felt like every other word, it was like America,
Yeah.
Mexico. I was like, so you're not gonna. The man is making no sense, and he's saying one word, and you guys are like applauding, like he just told you
Of course.
that
Right.
you never have to pay taxes again in your life.
Right. Of course. And the deficit
Happy.
that hasn't come up.
Yeah. Oh, no,
That
no.
was
The
the
trillion-
biggest.
the trillion- the
yeah,
multi-trillion
yeah,
dollar-
nobody brings
Yeah.
that up anymore.
Have you seen a difference in your paycheck yet?
No, I haven't actually.
Have you?
Yes.
You have? How much?
I did
What?
about $200,
Lunch.
Lunch, yes.
Lunch?
My employees have, but they haven't done anything
Lunch.
for the management team yet.
but.
So, okay, so
But-
what do you are you?
But I don't. You know what? You ever got something and you know you weren't supposed to get it, so you looking around like somebody know I have it. I don't want this because I feel like at the end of the year
Exactly.
you're
Don't get
going
it twisted.
to owe.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to owe. Like
Don't get it twisted.
He's giving you it now, but you're gonna have to owe the government. And
That's
when
what
it
I'm telling
comes to
people.
owing the government, they slam you with so much interest. It's a backwards joke.
Yep.
Right.
I told people
You're
don't get
gonna
it twisted.
owe these people. That's why I'm like, I don't even want to act like I have. When I open up my paycheck, I literally put it back in and then open it again. Like, you have to be kidding me. I
Now-
was not happy about this.
Now the
Yeah,
thing
no.
you can do is if you want to go the conservative route is just take that $200 and put it into a savings
That's
and then
exactly
possibly
what I'm doing
Absolutely.
because I know that I'm gonna have to give it back. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. You're gonna have to give it back to them. It's
So
not
there's nothing in there that you want to give him credit for.
No, absolutely not.
for annoying me because I'm gonna owe the government. And no, thank you.
All right, well, let's all do the numbers together because usually we have the number
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Let's all do number 2. Number two.
There you go.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get the other numbers right. Here's another thing that he's doing. He's deporting people. So a Kansas father of 3, he was picking up his kids, and while he was picking up his kids, he was detained by ICE agents, and he was deported back to Bangladesh. The Kansas father of 3, they took in Saeed Ahmed Jamal. Oh, take it, wonder why. No offense. Outside his home in Lawrence, Kansas, in January 24th, he has since been detained and will be deported to Bangladesh. Jamal has been living in the United States for decades, had attained his undergraduate and master's degree here. He and his wife, who is also from Bangladesh, have 3 children who are U.S. citizens. Now his family is worried they will never see him again. They say, I don't really understand why this happened. So that's frustrating because he hasn't done anything wrong.
Wow.
I wonder why he didn't get his citizenship.
No, well, it's a process.
No, I know. I mean, like both my parents got it. Both my parents got it. I mean, we're always sitting at a table where we're first-generation Americans. You know what I mean? So we know that there's a lot to go through. But I feel like if you went through all that schooling, I thought that would have been like second, in my opinion, like why would you not just go through the whole process? Because you're not going anywhere anyway.
Right.
And it's also a process to renew your green card. It's not easy. So why would you just not go the extra step to get a citizenship? Do you know what I mean? And you can have dual citizenship.
So here is what they say. So according to ABC News, Jamal initially illegally entered the United States.
Legally or illegally?
Legally. In July 1998 on a temporary non-immigrant visa. After he overstayed his visa, a federal immigrant judge gave him 120 days to depart the United States. Jamal abided by the judge's order and left for Bangladesh in July 2002. 3 months later, Jamal legally re-entered the United States on a temporary non-immigrant visa. He again overstayed his visit, and a federal judge gave him another 120 days. Jamal violated the judge's order and failed to leave the United States, so the judge issued a final order of removal or deportation.
That's the issue. He kept overstaying.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This is part of the Trump New America. Are you offended by this?
No. I'm not offended.
I say yes and no, me. Because usually what happens is when you have that visa temporary, you're allowed a lot of time to stay. But the thing is now, being that the process is so long too, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
You could overstay your welcome here based on the fact that they're delayed with giving you what you need in order for you to stay.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I would take offense to something like that. Timeliness is definitely important.
So essentially, so you're saying, being that he didn't follow the judge's order, he should have been sent back, despite what he's accomplished or what he's done in this country.
I feel like every situation is different, and people are not taking time to realize that. Like, I feel like that's like saying someone who commits petty theft, like your parents have no food in the house and you steal milk. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or somebody who just takes milk because I don't want to pay for it. Everything is a different circumstance. You know what I mean? So I feel like these judges really need to take the time. And again, I don't know if you can really blame the judges because they're probably bombarded with all these immigration, like cases that they have. But every case is different. That's like a social worker. These people look over certain things and treat every issue the same. And that's why you have so many kids who are abused or who are, looked over because they're like, whatever, I can't, they're bombarded. But there needs to be a way, or there needs to be more judges to really look at every case.
But here's the thing. So if he was here and on a temporary visa, he got his stay, he did what he had to do, he came back, and then he accomplished a few things, because that's one of the biggest complaints that Trump supporters say is that they don't bring anything to society, or they don't do anything in this country. Well, this guy was able to get an undergraduate and master's degree here, while here. So if obviously he's doing his part in bettering himself and his family,
and essentially the community.
Why is it such an issue that you have to deport him? Because if that's exactly what you're doing that he asked. I understand the legal aspect and understanding going by judges' orders, but if he is going about, trying to be a productive part of society, then why can't we use his accomplishments as something that can give it an extension?
Plain and simple. Call it for what it is, the fear of uprising.
Fear of uprising.
I just feel like, not even a fear of uprising, I feel like they don't want the people from that region of the world to get ahead.
Thank you.
And that's part of what it is. Like, oh, you're from there. You've used us enough for education now to go back. And I feel like, I tell people all the time, I think, no offense to us Americans, that people from all over the world are way smarter than us.
Right.
Like these
the education.
We are. I think we're ranked 30th.
Yeah, like I just feel like we're like, these people come here to get an education because they know how to work the system. We can get free education and we can get certain things that we do not take advantage of. Americans are very lazy. These people come here, they do what they got to do, they work 7 jobs. if you ever met a cab driver in New York, they're like, yeah, I go to school from here, right. Then I drive a cab, then I study when I'm like, we don't do that because it's accessible to us, so we don't take it. So how do we blame somebody from coming somewhere else, taking the education and bettering themselves?
Now you're country shaming. Hashtag me too.
No, this is deserved though.
Time's up. Stop it.
Yeah.
Time's up, Crystal.
Yeah.
Stop country shaming. America. Now let's say number 3 together.
Number 3.
Very good. That was better. So Harvey Weinstein, we found out another reason why he's such a dirtbag. So Uma Thurman yesterday came out with an interview basically detailing her experience with Harvey Weinstein. In one story, she says that during a meeting, he allegedly held her down, raped her, and numerous.
She said she got raped by him?
Yep.
I read it this morning. I didn't see that part.
Yep. She said he made sexual advances. Is what I read. I didn't know it was that far.
I didn't know she said
I believe
raped.
there was one instance where it got to.
He was aggressive. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and it got to the. I thought she had said it was things that happened.
She said he sexually attacked me. Uma says years ago she and Weinstein were in a Paris hotel room discussing the script when he asked her to go into a steam room with him.
Yeah, here's the craziest thing. So I know that story,
right?
That story is, if that's like not an abuse of power, I don't know when we have to go through a script and then we need to go into a sauna.
And then you need to unbutton your pants and show me your penis. No, I don't want to see that. What part of the script does it say this?
Yeah.
And even when they're like acting out the roles, they have like nude underwear on. Why do I want to see your balls? Like, I'm sorry, Harvey. Like,
but that's the thing
thank
with
you.
him. Like, that's the thing with him. Like, the idea, and that shows you how much people think power has an influence over certain things. So the idea that you lure her, because they're doing a back and forth, and he lures her into the sauna. I think he's wearing like a robe or something of the sort. And
that's his famous thing for wearing.
Yeah,
Bless you, Boris.
And he exposes himself, and I guess tries to.
He loves that.
And then in other instances where he held her down, and I don't know if he carried it on. According to the story, because I read the story yesterday.
Legend,
it seems like he went through with that, unfortunately for her. So.
But it's so funny because she said she met up with him after and said, if you do this to me, if you do this to other people, your career is going to be ruined. But she still continued to work with him.
The problem is that I think he made the threat and saying, like, if you come out and you expose me, I will ruin your career.
Yes.
Which he had, and we all know he had his power in the movie business was immense. So.
Do you see how tables turned so quick?
Oh.
Like, I mean, it took years, but once one came out, all these women came out.
Right. It was all about empowerment. And a lot of women are looking at that and then saying, I could come out another like Russell Simmons. Like now you're hearing all these stories about Russell Simmons. Who else are we gonna get a story? That's probably one.
Scott Baio.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Well,
it already came.
More, I'm saying.
Yeah,
there's more coming.
Because allegedly
Nicole
Nicole
people
Eggert,
are questioning Nicole Eggert because she admitted losing her virginity to him, but again. That doesn't mean that something didn't happen to her beforehand.
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean that he didn't sexually molest her when she was 14, 15, 16, and by the time she was 17 or 18, she's like, whatever, let me just go through with it.
And the mind at that age is very...
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing, and you're like, oh my gosh, this older guy likes me. Like, that happens to a lot of women.
And it's Scott Baio. Let's not forget. No, and I'm talking
back
about...
in the day,
Scott Baio was popping. Like,
he was popping.
Before he became this whole big Trump supporter.
Charles of our days and our nights. I remember that song.
Come on, man.
I used to love that show, by the way.
Like, Charles, like, he was it. He was the man.
Yeah.
Him and Bud. Wasn't it Bud? Or
I don't remember. No. Was it Bud?
Buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Buddy.
The blonde stupid guy.
Yes.
The blonde stupid guy. All right, let's get to number 4.
Number 4.
Did you guys watch the Grammys by any chance last week? And what did you think about the Grammys?
Some of it, not all of it.
What did you think about the Grammys?
It was okay.
Here's the thing I have a problem with, okay? This idea that if Jay-Z doesn't win the Grammys for whatever, oh my God, it's a shot at the culture.
No, they shot.
Jay-Z was robbed. What are you talking about? But first of all, you're a mini hater. No, you're a mega hater because you didn't even really like the 4/4 album, and you rolled your eyes when people were like, you know what, this album makes you want to do better.
Album is so grown and adult.
You're really a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Yes, you are.
Just because the name is attached to the project doesn't make it the best project ever put out.
That's not what people were
saying.
saying.
By the way, and Bruno Mars' album, have you listened to Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars.
It probably has like 5 hits.
No, I don't. I don't like one song from Bruno Mars. I don't even like that song with Kim and Cardi B. No, I don't.
Really?
I cannot.
You don't even like 24 Karat Magic.
I can't
that
stand
song.
that
That song was played.
I know.
Constantly.
And I constantly
And that
change
was
the
even
Even in
channel.
the ads for YouTube when you're
Yes.
trying to look at it.
No, I can't. He's too gimmicky for me. Like, I can't do it. I can't.
I can't front. When he had those glasses on, I had
I
a
feel
feeling.
like in 20 years he's gonna be like on the Vegas show strip, and I cannot take it. No,
I can't lie to you, though.
Can you please describe to me again who Bruno Mars is again?
He's like this. I can't. Am I lying? Is that's what he does? Like, hey,
He's very-
like,
he's very happy.
Very show.
He's always
It's
he's
not
always
even
happy.
show.
Them
I feel
glasses he
like
had on, ooh.
he's like to me. He should have been like with what's the guy's name that everybody from back in the day that everybody thinks is gay, but like the old school guy. He has like a really funny name.
What?
Oh my god. And he has like a little
Lil Richard?
No. He's a white guy. Liberace.
Okay.
Okay.
He reminds me of like Liberace. Like I cannot take him. I cannot watch him.
Listen, the guy,
I'm sorry.
the kid can sing. He can dance.
Corinne, I'm sorry, I disagree
Yeah,
with
she's
you.
about to say
I didn't
24
listen to it. I
Karat
can't
was
say that it's
24
an amazing
Karat.
because I
It
didn't
was
listen
an
to it.
amazing album.
No, Barbara, I do not. Bruno
By the
Mars.
way, I wasn't. The reason why I had to listen to the album is because Corinne wanted to play it constantly in the morning. I had to hear that album.
I'm lying. You know what song I really do like from Bruno Mars? I only like one, Grenade, and it was 10 years ago that song came out.
Think about that. So
10
10 years
years
ago,
ago.
he did that song and still has classic songs, according to a lot of
don't
people.
know. I
Maybe
don't
not you.
listen to him,
Nah, I got to give it to Bruno Mars. You kind of expected it, and the fact
Aren't you sick, Bino? Aren't you sick?
Oh, what is he saying? on
What
the
kind
thread?
of commie doesn't like Bruno Mars? Me.
No, Bruno Mars. Yeah, it's a comedy.
That's
I
hilarious.
don't like. I can't. And the kids be like, the videos be going viral, and they be. I be like, stop.
It's
I
a
cannot.
dope
He
video.
worked hard.
He could do it all, man.
Not for
Yeah.
nothing, though. When he came and corrected those albums, man, in glasses, he looked like he was
Nah, man.
a little,
Like,
He's like
I got
Liberace.
white powder. White powder.
Put a sparkly suit on him, and he is Liberace.
all right, let's get to number 5.
I mean, he's a potpourri of everything. Number
5.
Jesus, Chris is
You
all
should do it.
Here
Can we do it
now.
one more time?
Okay, ready?
One,
Number
5.
No,
See,
we
you
are
just got
terrible.
billboard.
Whatever. This has probably been the worst 2 weeks as a New Yorker, as a Giants fan, in period. So today is the Super Bowl, and we have to deal with.
What you watching?
I'll be watching. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be watching.
Just don't
More
care who
for the
wins.
commercials.
You rather
I
Tom
like
Brady win.
I understand Bino's not here, but I
Somebody
like
put a fitted hat over there. For me.
Justin Timberlake. I like his new project as well. That got released this week. Okay, so I'll be looking forward to seeing that halftime show.
You don't think it's
But
foolery?
the worst two cities in the world are being represented in the Super Bowl. We'll start with New England. New England, I'm not really
That's
upset
not really
about.
a city.
Well, in a region.
Okay.
New England's more of a region.
Yes.
So I'm okay with that just because I know my team is beating them. And so, listen, you can say whatever you want about Tom Brady and the whole staff, but they're a successful team. Like, they've won a lot. But the worst part about this Super Bowl is this damn team from Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. The
I
dump.
love Philly.
We call it the dump.
The dump of a
The
dump.
dump of a dump, yeah.
So what is Cousin
Oh.
Pat going for?
Excuse me?
Who's Cousin Pat going for?
Who do you think?
He said it. He
Some
kept on
people-
raising.
some
Oh my!
Listen.
First of all, if the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl today, I
Which will be-
even thought about
How many
driving-
championships have they had?
0,
Thank you.
none.
Okay.
I'll put that. But here's the thing. First of all, there might not be a Philadelphia tomorrow if they win the Super Bowl. We might literally see you're gonna hear the N-word a lot. If they ever have coverage of the Philadelphia streets, it'll be a madhouse. Okay, these Philadelphia fans are the worst type of fans, especially for people
So
who
you got
You
worse
just
fans,
don't like
worse city.
Philadelphia, so
No, it is
everything
dumb.
they
No,
do-
I gotta give him credit. It's
no.
dumb.
I love
I travel there all the
Philly.
time.
No,
It is
I
dumb.
love Philly. Philly's my favorite city in the world.
You have to talk to Philadelphia fans.
You can't walk there.
I love my cousins to death, but hearing them sing that fucking song, "Fly Eagles," I cannot hear it. I'm gonna have to hear it for a whole year about how they won the championship. I cannot have the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl at all.
So rig the game.
I don't know. I can't. I wish I can. If there were some
Bill
way.
Belichick probably is.
And there you go. And there you go.
Cousin Pat, sing the song, Cousin Pat.
No.
So
no.
wait.
Why don't you call it?
Do not call
Hold on,
in.
wait,
Do
why-
not
where's the
call
number?
in. Do
Did you
not
cover the
call.
number so I
no,
can
no, no,
see it?
Exactly.
Definitely did.
I'm not telling the number either.
There's a debate.
516.
There was a debate that was asked, right? Do you think that between these two teams that the Philadelphia Eagles are the underdogs? Provided the provided record they had this season.
Okay, good.
Are they the underdogs?
I don't care. And then they're wearing the dog masks and oh God, what a dump! Look, I can't take it.
Why are they wearing dog masks when they're
because they're the underdogs?
They're supposedly the underdogs, even though they had the top seed in the NFC.
Yes, they're that dumb.
I don't know.
They're the
No,
top
I don't
seed
wear. I'm not
NFC.
watching football, so I have no idea.
There will be a big hole in Pennsylvania. That area used to be Philadelphia. If they win the Super Bowl, I guarantee you that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very disappointed that we said we were gonna boycott, and you guys are so excited about the Super Bowl.
I'm not excited. We could care less who wins. We just rather Tom Brady win than the Eagles.
I'm not excited.
We just rather Tom Brady win.
Here's the thing,
You're
too.
excited.
No, I'm not. I can't. I'm concerned. This is nuclear bomb concern. You know when the people in Hawaii saw that, got that text, and they said, "Oh shit, a missile is coming to Hawaii." That was the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I looked at that score and said, "No, this can't be. This can't be."
Yeah. Oh. They could very well win.
And I think that's the concerning part too.
Yeah.
They can win.
What were they, 10-3?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care about the record, okay.
But there is actually an opportunity for them to actually win, and that would be the worst thing that ever happened.
Mom, you're not boycotting. You're watching the Super Bowl today. Talking about
you're
Eagles.
gonna watch it too.
No, I'm not.
If you get invited to a nice party,
I'm working today from 12 to 10, and they will be showing it, but I'm not watching it.
I don't know, man. That TV screen is going to attract a lot of people.
No, and then Justin Timberlake is doing the halftime show.
Yes.
I heard his album sucks.
No, it doesn't.
No, I heard some good feedback.
You liked it? I
liked
heard it was horrible.
I didn't
it's
hear
a very. You know what the thing is a mashup of country riffs and southern riffs with 808s, essentially. Like it's like Migos meets.
Garth Brooks?
No, I don't even want to use Garth Brooks. Oh, Taylor Swift, essentially. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick break. Who you want to do the Agamon commercial again?
No, because you cut me off last time.
I'll let you rock out then. We're gonna take a quick break, but before we do, here's a word from Agamon.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Agamons, the new Cocoa Mint Bomb, minty fresh.
Crack vibe, 80s baby. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us at 516-900-2278. By the way, if you do decide to call us and you decide to sing that effing song, you will get cut off. There's no one who hangs up on people better than me. All right, so here's a dilemma. There's this story out in the Bronx, okay, where this teacher, a white female teacher, for Black History Month, wanted to essentially talk about the struggles of slavery and how the whole process happened, okay? And apparently, during that process, one of the students laughed or was, I guess, making light of the whole situation. And so she made all the kids lay down on the floor so she can demonstrate how a slave ship was. So she made all the kids lay down head to foot. Mm-hmm. And when one of them took it lightly, she decided to step on them to kind of say, "Oh, hey." Did your face?
You could not step on my child.
Okay, yeah. let's look at the story. Play that for us.
This is a massage.
At Middle School 118 in East Tremont, the Bronx, a notice
That's
about
the first
Black
problem. It's East Tremont
is the first thing you see inside the door.
Is it a white T-shirt?
Yes.
This year's commemoration is marred by controversy.
Take your feet and step on the kid's back.
That's
a sign of disrespect, racism, and everything else.
The controversy first reported in the New York Daily News. Students claim 7th grade social studies teacher Tricia Cummings told several black children to lie on the floor during a lesson about the slave trade and the cruel conditions aboard slave ships. When one girl laughed uncomfortably, Cummings allegedly stepped on her back, saying, "See how it feels to be a slave."
I'm all for students learning, but there should be boundaries, and there's certain things that just shouldn't be done.
She should be reprimanded, not let go, because I heard she was a great teacher.
Absolutely.
But when you do wrong things, it always backfires.
Right,
so she should have thought about it before she did it.
Chancellor Farina told me Cummings has been
Okay, so
where do we begin?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think I agree with the gentleman that said there should be boundaries. She was recorded as one of the great teachers over there, and I know that she was passionate because she was into Black history.
Right.
She knows her history when it comes to Black history.
Dates a black guy, yes.
Dates a black guy. Which she dated African Americans.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I
know your research game is crazy.
But yeah, I think that she went a little bit overboard. She shot it.
Here's and I would say. The kid who was making light of it, or not, I don't want to say making light of it, but laughing uncomfortably about the whole situation, obviously the teacher was trying to prove a point, okay? Right. And we're in a generation where maybe some kids might not really understand or might not take in that information as seriously as they should. And sometimes I can see somebody taking that other step, literally, that she did, and proving a point. I'm saying that I'm going to step on your back. This is exactly what they did in that ship. This lesson is serious. This month is serious.
That's not the teacher's point to prove.
I agree.
So I get what you're saying, right, but some things are better off coming. You don't know why that child does not take it serious because their parents might not take it serious, right? Okay, you can tell them, but for you to physically put a piece of your body on somebody else's is overstepping your boundaries. I understand that you're very passionate about Black history and the month, and I totally respect her for that. But some things that you wouldn't do to other people, why would you do to these kids? First of all, I don't even want my kids on the floor if it's not gym. So I don't know why you're having my kids head to foot anywhere.
But she was demonstrating the position. You can
demonstrate by showing them taking them to a museum. There are museums where they show kids stuff like this. Yeah. Do not put my kids on a New York City classroom floor. You must be out of your cotton picking mind.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no. Like, and you don't know why these kids don't take it seriously. You have to understand that these kids emulate what their parents show them. Okay. Half of these parents are jerks out here.
I agree with that.
No, I get it. I understand that, but sometimes demonstration kind of hits you a whole lot more than walking in a museum and seeing pictures.
Okay, what if your son came home and said, "Dad, the teacher put us on the floor head to foot. I was smelling somebody's feet, and we were laughing because it was."
And I would ask the teacher what was the purpose of that. And if the teacher said to me, "I was demonstrating for Black History Month the positions of how the slave ships were and how."
A white teacher said that to your son, and you wouldn't feel bad?
What do you mean? How I wouldn't feel?
You wouldn't feel away like you as a white person are putting my Black son on the floor. Like, to me, I would feel offended.
But here's the thing too, that you also have a relationship with your kids' teachers.
Correct.
So you get to know who they are,
and that's why the lady's saying that she shouldn't be fired because she heard she was a really good teacher.
Let's see more of it, because I think I think they knew the teacher, and then when this happened, they weren't. It wasn't like she was somewhat of a racist teacher. I think she had good intentions, and I think it just went a step further.
At Middle School 118 in East Tremont, the Bronx, a notice about Black history.
It always backfires, so she should have thought about it before she did it.
Chancellor Farina told me Cummings has been temporarily reassigned away from students.
I don't want to make any suppositions. It's under investigation. It's a very serious allegation, and she was removed, and I think at this point we have to wait for the investigation.
Several students who had the teacher told me they liked her very much.
She was a great teacher. I was surprised when they told me this happened, but I don't actually believe she'll do something like that.
Students went home Friday with this letter from the principal, who promises to work with teachers on best practices for covering sensitive material such as slavery. In East Tremont,
that's another thing. Like, and the lesson itself is a tough lesson, especially for a white female to convey to a classroom of Black kids. But see, that's the thing. We ask white people to support the movement, and to educate, especially if we have kids in a classroom, to educate our kids about the realness of situations like slavery.
I totally agree with you, but
So-
I don't want her putting my kid on the floor and stepping on my child.
The physical experience of it is a bit much, to be honest.
Right,
with you.
and I get it. No, well, yeah, like I understand it, but I also see where the trigger went off and saying, "Oh, you think this is funny? Well, this is what they did," and then step.
Right.
Like you can't. You 1-2 stepping on the kid's back may be a bit extreme, yes, but I don't think she should be fired.
I don't think she should be fired.
Do you think she needs to be fired?
This weighs on me heavily because I feel like she's a great teacher, meaning kids take my best teachers. I remember to this day. I remember their name. I remember everything. So if she's a great teacher to the kids, I feel like she should be maybe on a probation. She may not do it again.
Right.
But this cannot happen. You cannot step on these kids like. That was a little too far.
So,
and you know what's so crazy? She probably didn't even really step on them. She probably like hovered her foot over their back. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But even like you have to realize what environment you're in. You're teaching in the Bronx, New York. Like you are the minority in this situation. You have to step lightly.
I agree.
All pun intended.
Here's the thing too. I think that those that were willing to participate in that exercise, then it could have been something different. If she forcefully made everybody go on that floor, then I could understand it. But I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had a teacher that was passionate and I admired that teacher, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's a teacher that you know has good intentions and not trying to be malicious, and is teaching a rough lesson to a bunch of kids, then yeah, it's very. I think moving forward, they need to communicate with the parents. Okay, we plan on this week or this month. We plan on taking some steps into convey the sufferings of African Americans during slavery. This is what we plan on doing. If you guys have any complaints of any of these lessons, please let us know.
That I totally agree with. That I totally agree with.
All right, we have a phone call. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello.
Yo, represent Philly, baby.
Oh God. Great. We go from slavery to Philadelphia. Good God.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Oh my
God. Join in.
We permit you to hit that button, so we permit you to hit the button. Hit the button.
What's going on? You talking about getting stepped on the back? This is about as bad as being on the bottom of a slave ship. Oh man! Yes. Yes. I'm not singing along. Are you excited for today, sir?
What do you mean, am I excited? You know I'm excited.
Oh God!
I've been calling you all week. This guy didn't pick up his phone for 3 days, by the way. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, he hung up on me earlier today before I could say good morning.
So let me
y'all gotta root for the Eagles.
No.
Y'all gonna root for the Patriots? They cheat.
I'm not rooting for anybody. Like, I'm not rooting for anyone. I would prefer to see the Eagles lose. That's what I would prefer. There is no way I want to see. And first of all, you more than anybody should know.
Wait. Could you repeat what you're about to say again?
There's no.
Could you repeat that again?
There's no point. You know more than anyone that if Philadelphia wins a championship, they might not be in Philadelphia the next morning.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's how much love. That's how much love and passion we have over here.
Is that right?
So the city could burn. And
so much so that you want to fill up beer cans at Minnesota fans. That's what love is.
Whoa, stop. That's done everywhere else. It's hyped at Philly, but that's done everywhere else. You can't tell me y'all have some ignorant fans in New York.
Oh, of course. Just go to a Jets game. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But, times that by 12 with Philadelphia. Listen, we wish you guys the best of luck. I really don't. But, just to be nice, we wish you guys the best of luck. We hope you enjoy watching the game. Do not put green paint on your face. Do not do that. Oh, God. All right, we're done. I can't do this.
Did you hang up on your cousin?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody's immune. Everybody.
I know you hung up on me this morning. That's two.
Anybody
in less than 2
can
hours.
get it. Anybody can get it. There's no way in my life that I want to see this ever happen.
Well,
I cannot see the Eagles win a championship. Moving right along.
Yes.
So let's get to the story about a guy who in Iowa Now, I want to give. This is Iowa.
It's Iowa.
It's not many.
Is that a black person?
I was about to say,
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. Let's actually look at this story.
Amazing.
Let's load this story up. So this guy's in Iowa. He decides to buy something from a Old Navy, but for whatever reason, the cashier there notices his jacket. I think it's an Old Navy jacket. It's an Old Navy jacket. They say, "Oh, you mind if we scan your jacket that you're wearing?" He says, "No, I already paid for this a while ago." They were like, "No, I think it'd be right by us if we just scan the jacket." Let's look at the story.
Being stereotyped as a black man, and I shouldn't be. If you guys have surveillance camera or tape that you can go look at, can you please go do that?
Tonight, Old Navy is in damage control mode in response to a now viral video that appears to show employees racially profiling a man at the company's West Des Moines store. In an interview you'll only see on KCCI, James Conley III says he was accused of stealing his own jacket because he's black. So what rights do shoppers have in these unfortunate situations? Chris Gothner spoke with the Des Moines civil rights attorney to find out. He joins us live outside the Jordan Creek Town Center in West Des Moines with the story. Chris?
And to be fair, I know this is crazy. Mind you, this is Iowa. Let's preface this. This is Iowa.
And what a customer who feels wronged should do.
It's the video going viral online.
Literally just got stereotyped because of the color of my skin.
James Conley III says he was racially discriminated against at a West Des Moines Old Navy store on Tuesday.
That I stole my jacket that I came on with.
Conley says surveillance video cleared him, but he didn't get an apology. KCCI spoke exclusively with Conley Wednesday.
I feel like, being an African-American man, like, you should be able to go shopping, or anybody should be able to go shopping without, being racially profiled.
The store was closed Wednesday, and Conley now has an attorney. Des Moines civil rights attorney Thomas Newkirk, who's not involved in the case, says
I like how he has the pictures on his wall.
Required that he go through a bunch of hoops to prove he was innocent.
Newkirk says everyone has the right to service at businesses regardless of their race. He says Conley has a strong case for legal action and monetary damages.
He has what's called a denial of service case. He can file a claim with the Iowa Civil Rights Act.
Likening this case to the blatant racism black Americans experienced in the Jim Crow era.
Every day.
Denied service in the same way that they put a sign up that said whites only.
He says Conley did exactly what anyone in this situation should have.
In this day and age, you can document it on a video, on a camera. He did that. He did it respectfully.
All right, pause it. Well, so here's the thing.
Hold on, Anel. Anel, you're saying he didn't have another jacket to wear to Old Navy, but the same one he bought 8 months prior. Yeah, he bought it. He could wear whatever he wants to wear it. Like, so what? He wore the same jacket.
So now we're questioning why he wore an Old Navy jacket.
I guess it was outdated. You have to get something.
Yeah, but
apparently it wasn't outdated because they thought, he must have he took it and put it on.
Yeah, but
probably one of the stocks that they missed when they did the inventory count.
Right, but my whole thing is, so what? If he said, to play devil's advocate, how did the store know that he had not bought the coat prior? It doesn't matter. If he bought it, he bought it. He can wear it whenever.
Why would I steal something? Maybe I'm just being naive. That's ballsy.
That's crazy.
Like, you're gonna take a coat, put it on, and take some other stuff and buy it,
right? But
and go to the cashier.
But this is my thing, right? What is he scanning? There are no tags on it. Scanning the SKU is not going to say that it's bought. It's just scanning the SKU of it.
Correct.
Do you see what I'm saying to you? So that doesn't make any sense to me. If I buy a jean jacket from the Gap and go into the Gap 5 months later with the same jean jacket, so what? I bought it. I could wear wherever I want to wear it. Like, I don't understand that.
I guess Anel's basically saying that you can't put anything past anybody.
But mind you, no, he's matching. He's wearing blue with blue. So if he happens to say, if he happens to say, listen, I'm going on, this is on sale. I'm going to pick up some stuff for my kids. He can't wear a jacket to Old Navy because he bought it from Old Navy.
Probably quick.
That doesn't make any. But that's the thing. Like, even if that's the case, you mean to tell me that the cashiers believed that he was willing to buy stuff online, but tried to steal a Old Navy jacket in your face, put it on, and tried to go, like, I don't understand that.
So
Big Keith, hold on.
Wow.
Big Keith says I bought socks at Target last week. I can't wear them back now. Exactly. And now I worked at Banana Republic. If somebody has on something from Banana Republic, I'm not gonna immediately think that they stole what they have on. Right. Maybe they like the store. I have several items from several stores, and I'll go back into the same store.
What if they bought it 2 days ago?
I don't care when they bought it. They could have bought it this morning and ran back to say, you know what? There was something else I had on hold there. I'm going to accuse them of stealing it?
Yeah. Right. At the end of the day, the surveillance killers, the camera
the camera
cleared them. So
they could have went,
regardless.
but they could have went to the camera. She could have said to her manager, I don't remember him wearing the jacket. Can you quickly look at the camera and not have told him anything?
Right. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Easily, they could have looked at the entrance camera, see if he came in with the coat on
before you accuse that man.
Before you even accused him, of
course.
Before you accuse that man, look at it.
To be fair, this is Iowa. Like, let's be fair.
But that's what I'm saying to you. So if it was a white person that did it, would they have stopped this man?
That's what they know. That's what they know, unfortunately.
And that's why he's so.
I wish somebody would have told me, you came in here with the same jacket and it's from this store. What?
All right, let's look at the rest. Let's see what else they're gonna. Let's see if there's any other actions that they're gonna take.
He kept his temper. He did everything he should do.
He better than me.
It's this emoji over here.
Be there or be square.
Now, Newkirk
You're
says
live.
Connolly would have legally been within his rights to just walk out. But of course, that is much easier said than done in this type of situation. He says Old Navy should look to change its policies as well as retrain its employees. We're live tonight in West Des Moines.
Yeah,
Chris
so
Gothner, KCCI 8
You're gonna
News.
tell them to retrain their employees, but obviously, like, they need to be fired.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna go further and sue Old Navy directly.
Sue the pants of Old Navy. Sue the coat of Old Navy.
I definitely would.
And there's probably gonna, they probably cut him a settlement check, a nice check.
And then he'll go back to Old Navy. Yeah. And he'll do a Pretty Woman scenario and say, big mistake, huge mistake. That's what he should do.
Call JG Wentworth.
Yeah.
Get your cash now.
Oh, remember JG Wentworth.
You get your settlement money, you're all set, man. All right, last video. This one actually, a lot of people are on the side of this guy. So this guy, who is a father of one of the gentleman, Nasser, who was sentenced for, I think, 120 years for sexually assaulting numerous women. Nasser, right? So one of the fathers wanted to speak to the judge, and he took it upon himself to, he wanted to do his own sentencing, pretty much. Here we go.
Started this sentencing to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.
Look at the daughter's faces. They
Would
mad
you do
uncomfortable.
that? Yes or no? No, sir. Would you give me 1 minute?
You know that I can't do that. That's not how.
Well, I'm going to have to get something
I gotta tell you, that's the nicest takedown of a guy ever I've ever seen.
I want that son of a bitch. Behind your back.
I don't.
Give me 1 minute with that pass through.
Go ahead. Do you blame this guy though?
No.
No?
Not at all.
All three of his daughters?
Yeah.
I do not mind, no.
If you were the judge, would you allow that?
You can't.
Relax.
Take it easy, buddy.
Look, and they're not even mad at him.
No, they're not.
They're not.
If he was a Negro, maybe. It'd be a little bit. It'd be an elbow. It'd be a
He would have
couple
had
of
a foot on his back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sit up.
That was an ill takedown.
No, it was very nice.
Yes.
It seemed very.
You know, they
tamed.
could learn. You could learn a little bit about that takedown. Won't name any police departments.
I'm just saying they weren't quick with the.
And look how respectfully they brought him up.
Because I think they all understand his anger.
Yeah, they relate.
They understand.
Look, see, he tapping him in the back. He knows. Look.
You know what? Now hold on. You can't say now. You can't attack the guy for saying, "Oh, nobody can." I guess that was the NASA's attorney saying you can't behave like this in a courtroom. But you gotta
She shut up. And
Yeah,
she
that's
should
what I'm saying.
realize
That's
that
not-
she's
that's not the-
defending someone that abused well over 100 girls that their parents put their trust in this man. He was abusing kids, like his friends' kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would come over for like a dinner date and he would be abusing them in the next
Absolutely.
room.
Absolutely.
Because he had so much trust from all of his friends and the parents of these girls. Like these girls are away from their family for months at a time and you're sexually molesting these women, and they didn't think anything was wrong because he told them that these were the methods to which it would like heal them.
Wow,
that's crazy.
No, I don't blame
He's
him whatsoever.
sick.
Yeah, he is.
I'm pretty. Where's the GoFundMe? Like, that guy deserves to go fund.
He does deserve. Actually, he does.
He definitely.
If he has any lawyer's fees, it deserves to be paid because, mind you, that's a guilt that he's gonna carry with him for the rest of his life. That he put his trust in the hands of somebody that did it to not one but 3 of his daughters. That is a horrible way to feel as a parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't knock that guy whatsoever. And I think everybody who's basically seen this video has agreed that they probably would do the same thing if they were a father. And you have 3 daughters, and like you just said, you put your trust into a guy who was just supposed to train and heal your kids, and yet you let something like that happen to not just 3, but like you mentioned, hundreds of like.
You know, he had to sit there and listen to all the witness statements.
Yep. Absolutely, yeah.
And basically told the judge he can't mentally take listening to these, so could he not? What?
Yeah.
You don't have a dime in this dollar to tell me what you're not gonna listen to when you sexually molested all of these young women. And a good amount of them did not give a witness, like they didn't give a statement. So the ones you had to listen to is probably a fraction of the people that you abused.
All right, so referring to the story we talked about before this one, so Anel Stokes wrote, I worked at a Christmas tree shop in an extremely predominantly white neighborhood. Do you know how many people have the nerve to put things in the bottom of the cart and still come to the register to pay for other stuff?
Yeah, white people still too. We're not saying that, but you made a comment about the coat. Like, we're trying to tell you, yeah, he could buy the coat $5. Matter of fact, he could buy the coat at the register, pop the tag, and put it on, and walk around and buy some more stuff.
Of course,
that would be me. Like, we went into a store not too long ago in Woodbury. In Woodbury, right? We came into the store. And it was a couple of shoes laying down, and I was like, oh, you know, my boyfriend's like, well, which one do you want? So I told him the one I wanted. We got to the register, and you know, when you sign the back of the ID, the credit card, it's known as ID. You don't have to, you ask for ID when it's not signed.
Right.
Unless it states in the store, even if it's signed, you still need to show ID. So the lady was so nice. She helped us or whatever with the shoes. Got to the counter, she was like, I can't read your signature. His signature is clear as day on the thing.
Who can read anybody's signature?
Right. No, it's a clear as day signature. And she's like, well, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. So he goes to the next person. He said, what does it say? The guy reads it clearly. When I tell you, we made such a stink in there. He purchased the shoes and then returned it. Shut up. And returned it and then paid for it in cash because you were trying to act funny. Yeah. Like you tried to act funny.
I wouldn't even, but they still get paid though.
No, we went to the black person so he could get the credit for it.
I see.
We literally returned it.
Okay, Whitley Gilbert, I see you.
Yeah, don't play with me.
You don't watch Different World, so you don't.
I do. I love what I love.
So you know, so I'm just saying, the
Why
episode.
Why you trying to play me? See,
I'm just trying to say.
You just said 30 minutes ago that we got along.
Yeah, 30 minutes ago.
Okay, it's ended.
Oh, it is what it is. This is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's also referring to the fact that I said that, well, you would steal stuff and still put the jacket on.
Yeah, I mean, people do that. But he didn't. That guy,
there was no, I mean, that's ballsy, though.
That's ballsy.
And then like he said, just look at the tape and prove that. I think we're having way too much of a conversation. If you're going to ask me, like, we got to look at the security tape and make sure, because I know you're not asking anybody else.
Listen, you know how many people in there be having their little things on, like, do me a favor, go roll the tape, because I don't know if he took something or not. So why you couldn't do that before you harass this man?
Right. But they probably don't want him to leave the store. So if he buys something and then he leaves, it's not enough time for them to really do the research. Well, then they didn't
think on their toes.
It's just
That's
what it is.
agreeable. Absolutely.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us up. Actually... All right, call us up.
Just in case.
516-900-2278. Do not sing any more fight songs. First of all, you're an NFL team and you still have a fight song. You're not a college team. Grow up. Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back.
It's Thursday night and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Layla Ali. I might be undefeated in professional boxing, but there's one problem even I can't fight alone: childhood hunger. Over 17 million kids in America may not know where their next meal is coming from. That's 1 in 5 children. Yet billions of pounds of surplus food produced right here in America just get thrown out every year. That's more than enough to feed every last hungry child. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids before it goes to waste. But they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by going to feedingamerica.org. Together we can knock out hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
To help solve hunger in your community and to find your local food bank, visit feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking. But no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Psst. Yeah, it's me, your heart. Listen to me. We've got to talk. High blood pressure is serious, and yours? Whoa. What happened to us? We used to be so much more active. But lately you've been ignoring me. I know you think I'm just gonna keep ticking away forever, but you're wrong. You can do so much more to control your high blood pressure. Doing the minimum isn't doing enough. I'm under a lot of pressure and can quit whenever I want. Bet you didn't know that. But I like my job. Just treat me better. Check on me. Give me something green to nibble on every once in a while. And maybe we can do some exercise on occasion. Let's get to it. After all, we're in this together.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Sunday morning breakfast. Call us at 516-900-2278. So I was able to get the pictures of the actual Airbnb room to Boris. We're going to take a quick look at these pictures. So this was, can we pull that up? Yeah, so this was the headboard that I thought was a headboard. I was like, okay, first of all,
that bed looks slept in.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I initially got there. All right, go to the next picture.
Look at that wall.
Yeah.
That's the doorknob?
That's the doorknob.
The headboard?
That's the doorknob. That was like right next to the pillow.
So the bed was holding the door together?
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. It was holding it up, yes.
God forbid a couple wants to get freaky and she banged her head on that doorknob. That is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
That is the
The incense?
That's the incense
Or what it's
slash, I
supposed to
guess,
be.
ashes of weed as well.
But can you zoom in on that fan? Look at how dirty the fan is.
Yeah, that fan
Yeah,
is
it's pretty. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You paid how much for this?
I paid $117.
Oh, there you go. For how long?
2 days.
You paid $117 for 2 days?
Yeah.
I would have went to a Motel 8.
Yo, a motel is cheaper.
Yeah. No, it was. Well, from what I saw, it wasn't.
No, you know the hotels in Atlanta are not that cheap.
They're not cheap.
Really?
They're
not
no
cheap. No,
hell.
they're not that
Well,
cheap.
what neighborhood was this? It probably would have been.
This was downtown Atlanta.
Okay,
This was
They're
downtown
not
Atlanta.
cheap. I used to think Atlanta was super cheap. It's really not.
No. Yeah, and this is another angle of the door / headboard. This was a painting on the wall.
This is like one of those paintings that they got when they
Sippins
went to.
paint.
Yeah, they went to Sippin' paint.
That's a Sippin' paint one.
Oh man.
Preach, come on, you didn't do this?
No, I did not do this. This was the dirty ass microwave.
Yo, that microwave is. I
Was that
can't
your drink?
imagine.
No, it was not my drink.
Yo. You imagine when you open up that first of all, that microwave is from like 92.
Yeah, I think this was literally a trap house. And that was the refrigerator.
They could have ran up in there and you would have been. What is that little thing? Is that a heater?
Yeah, that
Yes.
was a heater. Yes.
So
First of all, look at the carpet. That's that first moved into a queen's apartment carpet. You remember that back in the day?
Yeah. Wow. That was it.
And that's a Burger King cup again.
Yep.
Did she make you throw it out, or did you throw it out?
I didn't touch anything.
So you slept in one.
I told you I slept in one corner of a
Reminds me of that scene of Get Out. Lord have mercy.
I literally curled up like a little baby, and
man.
I tried not to move as much as possible.
Poor Corinne must have been the only FaceTime calls. That was, yo!
She said there were a lot of FaceTime calls.
Yo.
I was like, anytime I just called, I was like, yo, this is
She's
crazy.
like, baby, if you don't see me again.
God bless
You know
those
why?
cats, man. God bless those cats. Yeah. So, that was that, man. Yeah. So we got some other videos we want to dissect. That was my story. That was my story of an Airbnb stay.
I feel bad for you.
And now let me just say this though: there are some great Airbnb places. Absolutely. Like there's some. Actually, if you,
I never did an Airbnb before. I want to.
it's not bad. It's check the review, and that's the thing. She had great reviews. Like everybody said, oh, her
Yeah, those are all her
hospitality-
friends that put the reviews over there, so make sure that somebody like you get sucker punched and bamboozled.
Oh man, crap! Body cam. Let's do the body cam. So this was I don't know what happened with this case, but this woman broke into a Taco Bell, bashed the window, and then proceeded to get tased by police.
As I'm looking for food to order.
I know. As you're looking for food to order, here we go. Taco Bell.
Everybody get out! Get out! Drop the bar! Ma'am, drop the bar! Drop the bar! Drop the bar!
I come in here and spend hundreds of dollars and the
Lay down! Turn over on your stomach! Put your hands behind your back! Do not move, you understand me?
She flopping like a
Do
fish.
not move!
I was not ready for that. I was really gonna be like, if she was black, and then.
Oh man!
Wow. She was flopping like a fish.
I was not ready for that.
Oh, can we please go back? Because that was
please.
great. Oh my god. Oh man.
That was awesome.
Everybody get out! Get out! Drop the bar! Ma'am, drop the bar!
Now!
Drop the bar! Drop the bar!
I come in here and spend hundreds of dollars and the
Lay down! Turn over on your stomach!
You saw that leg?
Put your hands behind your back! Do not move, you understand me?
I know.
Do not move!
I was not ready for that. I really was not ready for that.
Oh,
Can you send this to my text message? I need this.
It's the body cam that I love. Oh.
Oh my god.
But how do you? Officer's telling you to drop the bar, and you tell him
No, numerous times. No. No.
Why was she? So why did she go into the Taco Bell?
I have no idea. I think she was somebody she was explaining herself, and he wouldn't let her finish. But I think
How dare he?
How dare he? She says she spends hundreds of dollars in there. I guess they did her wrong in some way, and she felt like she could bash the window of a Taco Bell and take something. Now I'm just saying. Now, if this was a person of a different color, to be fair, this would think
be a gun.
Yeah, I don't know if the.
Do you imagine a black person telling a cop,
"No,
drop it"? No.
Oh no. That's
Nah.
it.
Not
I think after
today.
2 no's, that's it.
Let's watch it one more time.
Please.
Everybody get out! Get out! Drop the bar! Ma'am, drop the bar! Drop the bar! Drop the bar!
I come in here and spend hundreds of dollars in the
Look at her leg. Look at her leg.
Lay down! Turn over on your stomach!
Yo.
Put your head behind your back!
Oh, yeah.
Do not move, you understand me?
I'm telling you,
Do not move!
This show is sponsored by proper police etiquette.
Yes.
That right there.
That's the second.
That's the second one we have to commend.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
Interaction.
Deandra says, "Wait, my soft taco." ... Yeah. Yo, I cannot. I was not. I swear to you, I was ready to give my "if they were black" speech, and then he just popped off.
And then you just died laughing.
I really want to know how she felt. Like, did she fall straight on her back?
I mean, well, we can replay it. If you like.
I mean, one more time.
I mean, Boris, you could pull that last one up. That'd be great.
One more time. It's only like 10 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Everybody get out! Get out!
And I guess there's other people in there.
Drop the bar!
Nope.
Oh, I'd have paid to be there.
Ma'am, drop the bar! Drop the
No,
bar! Drop the bar!
I come in here and spend hundreds of dollars.
All right, here we
You
go.
got a good aim.
I think the motherfucker was the
Lay
problem.
down! Turn over
That's
on
what
your
took him
stomach!
off, yeah. That was the breaking point.
That
Put
yell.
your head behind your back!
That leg in the air.
Do not move, you understand me?
That yell.
I was not ready for that.
Hey,
So
if you
this-
guys haven't realized, man, Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And they ain't playing out here.
Something like this I'm here for.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely here for it.
Shout out to the NYPD. You know that every one of them police officers have to wear body cam.
Yes, I saw that. That
Yes.
came out
But
this week.
do you have to turn it on?
Yeah, no, well, that's another thing.
another
That's
thing.
the-
That's my thing. Like,
That's a different
like,
different
do you
story.
have to turn it on?
It just seems like every time there's an incident with a body cam,
They
it seems-
forget to turn it on.
or was it working for whatever reason? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Here's something even crazier. So there's, there's been, obviously we spoke about this. What was it, 2 weeks ago, about this new craze with sex dolls and people are really like
Y'all
taking
gonna
it.
mess around and get electrocuted by them sex dolls. Somebody
Somebody
said
said they called it the
hospital
STD.
bill. What's greater, hospital bill, child support, and they checked the hospital. Like they would rather hospital bill than child support. Like, so would I
That
get
is a good
electrocuted?
point. Wait a minute now.
Electrocuted or child support?
Your child support is ongoing.
That's not. Oh, anyway. So I guess this is a guy. This guy kept coming around this junkyard. So he videoed this guy doing this in his junkyard.
Wait, I'm not ready for it.
I don't think I'm ready
I
for
don't
it
think I'm
either.
ready for it.
Buddy! What are you... Come here! What are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
I found something.
What did you find?
It's not mine. I found it was in the back of the car.
Honestly.
It's not yours.
Honestly,
No,
it's not
it's
mine.
It was just in the back of the car,
Yeah.
was it?
So somebody else used it.
How come your pants were down?
They weren't.
What do you mean they weren't? Hey, come back here. You've got some questions to answer, mate.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
No. Hey, what were you
Honestly, it's not mine.
in the back of this car.
What in the Austin Powers? So it wasn't his. So you used something that somebody else used it. You know,
First of all,
there
can
could
I?
be diseases.
Okay, this is not. The question is not posed to you. It's a general question.
Okay.
What does the doll feel like that you feel like you could do that with that? It's plastic. It's not human.
Tech is real.
Boris is in the back shaking his head. I can see him through the corner of my eye.
Tech is love.
It's plastic though. That's that you blow up.
It's inevitable.
Like, what do you do? Doesn't it scratch you or something?
Wait, what if doesn't it scratch you? If you
guess it
lube,
feels
I have
real.
questions.
if you lube properly, I'm pretty sure you can. It
Oh,
can get the job
preacher,
done.
you know, huh?
I mean, so he had some.
giving us
He had some of
education.
that in the junkyard.
I think they might have repossessed the car, and that might have been his car. I don't know.
Do you imagine him blowing it up and waiting for it to get big? Like, you wait until I'm done blowing you up, girl. Like, what? Bino says, laughing my ass off at the escape, though.
Let's watch it again. Why don't we?
It is terrible.
I mean, the idea that he's going in, too. Like, he's not playing around. Go ahead.
He is.
Buddy!
Look, his butt is out.
What are you... Come here! What are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Poor thing. He'll have no girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what pause that there. I think
thing.
you know what? This brings up a bigger issue.
He's a weirdo.
There's like, and you mentioned why would people do things like this? And I think sometimes people are just weird. They're lonely. I don't know. I'm not gonna say weird. I want to be sensitive. When
I just
say
said
this.
he was a weirdo, but yes, they're lonely. And what happens is they want to reenact things that real people do. Like,
well,
who hasn't, gotten someone in the back of a car? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you never experienced that, you're gonna experience that in an abandoned car.
I think
with
you're
a dog.
bugging. You're going to back of the car type of. I'm talking about just in general sex. Like he probably never experienced sex.
No, he probably experienced that. He probably paid some for sex.
So Ade has a question. Why would you stick your ting in something?
That's what I'm saying. But those like in my head, right? Those dolls have like those lines, like the plastic lines. You know when it's kind of like sharp. Like why are you doing that to yourself? That must hurt.
I'm pretty sure the manufacturers make sure the lines aren't in the.
And there's no grip. It's a balloon. Where's the grip?
Listen,
at?
if I buy a blow up doll and I get scratched, I'm suing the blow up doll company.
Would you buy a blow up doll?
No, I don't think I would.
You have to think about it.
You have to think about it.
I'm not trying to figure out the significance of the pleasure of it.
Voice, we got questions now, bro.
Nah, man, just imagine, because you had questions too. I have questions like the significance of the pleasure of it. Does it feel real?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't feel like plastic inside.
Nah. But
and
they
I'm
have,
sure
they have
he
ones
didn't
that
have
are like
lubricant there. Like I'm sure he had to buy it.
You've seen the ones that are pretty much almost real.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Those are like the $20,000.
Yeah, well, don't they feel like skin from what I read? What I read.
I didn't read anything.
It was well documented that it feels like real skin.
And that's the whole point.
Did you guys see the video, or was it on here 2 weeks ago with the man who was like dressing his doll, and he said him and his father had issues because he doesn't understand why he lives with the doll, and the doll was in bed and he was doing her hair and painting her nails and stuff.
Okay, well, we haven't seen it, but Boris needs to look at video.
It's a guy who was like, he is in love with his doll, and his father is like has an issue with him. He had like the Michael Jackson comb over.
He's in love with his doll.
Yeah, I saw that video.
No, I did not.
You did,
yeah,
right?
I saw that video.
Sly, can you please look that up?
Yeah,
please.
I saw that video.
What?
Yeah.
And he's having a conference. Okay, well, look, and like I said, I think a lot of these people who deal with the who deal with these type of situations are lonely people. I don't think this is a fetish thing. I think this is like a situation where guys or girls. Well, you know what? I think it's different for girls because girls might just think like it's a different experience, whereas guys, they're genuinely lonely and they don't. They may be socially awkward and they don't really know how to approach women. So the easiest thing is just to buy something like that and have fun. Whereas,
here it is. I got it.
Okay,
is it right here?
Oh, this is it right here.
This is it.
Okay.
Terrible.
Look at his Michael Jackson
show. Our relationship really hasn't changed, to be honest. I mean, we are still.
Oh hell no!
I love her
like
completely and utterly, and she's exactly the same way about me. Shi-chan actually really enjoys foot rubs. That's probably one of her favorite things in the world. She thinks her feet.
Well, her legs open. She fresh. Look at her legs.
Assets, and I'm inclined to agree. I think people think having a synthetic partner is strange because it's just so out of their realm of possibility. That's, for instance, why I had the psychologist come around and I spoke with him for a bit.
Is there a part of you that thinks this is peculiar?
What the F am I watching right now?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. More people are choosing the synthetic option.
Dave, she can't see.
Yeah.
And she can't hear.
Yes.
So one of the most fundamental elements of
She's
an
not
addiction
real.
is it provides relief
submissive.
from pain.
Yes.
What's
Look, he's
the
holding
pain?
her hand.
The pain, I would have to say, would be loneliness, really.
What did I say?
It makes you feel good. And it's
Is
fulfilling
she missing
for
a
you.
leg?
Exactly.
And it doesn't hurt
on this
anymore.
leg.
Exactly.
So knock yourself out.
Yes.
I can't
get
take
it.
it anymore. I'm sorry.
The relationship I have with Shi-chan is for my happiness.
Chi-chan.
You know, if I play along and pretend that she can see, she can hear, that sort of thing, well, if that's what makes me happy, that's what makes me happy.
I don't want to laugh at this.
I really see no reason to change.
This is too weird. I'm sorry. I can't take this anymore.
Look. It's just her hair. Look, they eating
I
together.
placed an order at the tail end of last year
I'm good, B.
for a second doll. Her name's going to be Elena Vostrokova. She is the wife. Elena is the live-in girlfriend. It'll be a modern family.
Please, let's move on, please. I can't take it anymore.
He's now becoming a polygamist.
Okay. I guess. Any comments? No? Okay.
This is, and I don't even want to laugh at that because he even said it. Like,
it's loneliness.
he's lonely.
Yes, it's loneliness.
And this is a bigger issue than just synthetic dolls or whatever. The industry must be booming though. But
no, the industry is booming.
Yeah, but a guy like this, who is willing to name his synthetic doll, who's willing to massage the inner thigh of his synthetic doll,
and rub her feet.
And rub her feet.
She loves foot rubs.
She loves that.
Yeah. He knows this. By the way.
There's a bigger issue than just. I'm pretty sure this guy does not know how to go to a bar and approach a woman.
Vivian Saunders says, "Doesn't she look like Ivanka Trump?"
Oh, come on,
The
guys.
second doll, yeah, she kind of does.
Those dolls are $3,000.
$3,000. Wow.
Thanks for that
That
information.
weirdo
Liliana.
got a little bit of change to be spending on a second doll.
Bino says go buy a puppy. I wouldn't say so.
No,
'Cause you
I don't know what he would do with the puppy.
yo.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would do with that puppy. That's a little sketchy. No, I think that's sad. Can we rewatch that though?
No, please no, please no.
Because just the first part, just because it's real to him.
Relationship really hasn't changed, to be honest. I mean, we are still extremely supportive of each other. I love her completely and utterly, and she's exactly the same way about me.
I'm gonna tell Daddy to love me completely and utterly.
Foot rubs. That's
does kind of look like Ivanka, though. I'm not gonna lie.
She thinks her feet are like one of
And
the
you had the
best
nerve to
and
mention the
truest
fact that her
assets
legs were
medical
open and she's so fresh.
She's fresh. Look at her
I think
legs.
people think
up
having a
with that collar?
synthetic partner is strange because it's just so out of their realm of possibility. That's, for instance, why I had the psychologist come around and
look at the psychologist's face.
Is there a part of you that thinks?
Do you see his figurines?
I just think it's
Yes,
a matter
figurines.
of time before
Yeah,
more
look.
people are choosing the synthetic option.
It's on top of the bookcase.
Dave, she can't see.
See them?
Yeah.
And she can't
Oh
hear.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a
One of the most
nerd.
fundamental elements.
Yeah, he's a.
But a
he's-
nerd doesn't make him a weirdo. He's a weirdo.
No, it doesn't make him a weirdo.
He parts his hair, he brushes it, and he braids it in the back.
Only you would be able
It
to
takes
notice
him
that. Like
a
that.
while to get his hair together. Then he puts on his earring, dresses him and his doll. He is a weirdo.
That's
He
not,
dresses
I,
him
would,
in
I don't
his
want
doll.
to say that. I
Okay,
don't want
you don't have to.
I don't want to say that.
You gotta admit, this is a little bit unorthodox, sir.
Unorthodox. No, I want to say awkward. I would say different. Very different.
Different. You mildly putting
Corinne
this.
says real life 40-year-old virgin. Correct. What? Does
Yeah,
it
he
make
probably
him,
is.
Does it make him a virgin if he slept with the doll?
That's a good question, actually. I can't even.
I think medically, yes, because I think that's not
It's
a
not.
real. It's not a real vag. Yes.
Okay.
We have a caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? yeah, Charles.
Charles, I got to give you a shout out for creating this program.
I can't.
You're gonna be a millionaire, sir.
What's going on, Charles?
Hey, what did I tell you about them dolls?
You did tell us. You created it.
Like
You warned
3 weeks ago, you did.
You warned us, brother. You did warn
I
us.
tell you, it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. You know, this is the most neediest generation I ever seen in my life.
I second that one.
It
But
is.
Charles, you got to admit though, this is not. Obviously, this is a bit different, but there's something sad about this as well.
No.
There's
No,
a-
you know where this comes from? You know
Oh,
where this
oh,
comes
man.
from? You know what started a lot of this crap? I don't know if you guys ever heard of furries.
Yes. The furries are
Okay.
people who like to have sexual intercourse while wearing like the
Yeah,
costumes,
this comes
like
from that
I've
crew.
never
bunny,
heard. What?
Yes.
the bunny costumes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they come from that crew. So now it's just morphed into something like astronomical. Now they're like, okay, you know what? We don't need the costumes. I don't need to hide in the costume anymore. Hey, let me just get this doll. And the dolls are crazy. They're programmable.
Yes.
Like I told you before, prostitutes are shaking in their boots right now.
And prostitution is the oldest industry in the world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I understand
That's
that.
all right. It's
It's about to be a dead
that's about to
industry,
change.
literally.
Just like currency.
But my thing is, it's like we're not addressing the real problem here, and that's like getting people like this to start interacting with other people because I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't have many friends because I don't know any friends. If any of you approach me and said, "Yo, I have my boyfriend's gonna sit in on the show. Can you gonna sit here or whatever?"
No, they cleaned the other problem out and they're creating a new superbug. That's pretty much what
that's the case. But if that's the case, honestly, if that's the case, then that's half of the tech industry.
Yeah.
Okay. So can't really say that because that's half of the tech industry. So I know a lot of insanely crazy smart people who are socially awkward. They don't come out the house or they don't.
They would invest in something
little,
like this, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
They probably would. It would not shock me if they have one now. It wouldn't shock me.
I just feel a certain way. I don't want to make light of this just because it seems a lot more. Because he even said it, like he mentioned.
Let's call
pain.
it what it is. It's crazy.
Right. Thank
Let's call
you.
it what it is.
Yes.
Let's just stop sugarcoating it. That's the problem now. That's the problem right there.
And did he pierce her
we
ears?
see these things and we don't call it what it is.
Right, he pierced her
That's the
ears.
problem.
Listen, he dresses her in the morning. He changes her wigs because I'm pretty sure the other wig I saw didn't have bangs. Like he really goes out and buys clothes for a doll. Hello,
Yes.
he's something
He's
with
crazy.
Somebody said they went
His
to
father
ATL.
says he's crazy.
He went to ATL and stayed at a hotel there and stumbled upon a furry con. So there's a whole.
Yes,
like,
there's
there's
furry
a
cons.
whole
I told you. The furry's been around since the 2000s.
Oh no, yeah, it's been a while for a while. I saw that on Entourage, actually. But and Corinne said there is this.
No, way before that. It's been a secret, dark underculture. It's crazy, man.
She said there was this thing where somebody ran a train on a.
This was just sent to
On
me.
a box or something.
What? This was just sent to you?
This was just sent to me. Look at the price point and look at this.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the product detail of a blow-up doll. It looks real.
her breasts are really nice. I ain't gonna lie here. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Come
I'm
on
not gonna
now.
lie. No, I really am not gonna lie.
Supporter just sent this.
Quick question, Charles. You gonna watch the Super Bowl?
No, I have no desire to.
Good for you, Charles. All right, thanks for the call, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Charles.
All right, so Pippa. You can buy Pippa for $3,199.
Okay.
A silicone wife. Pippa is a luxury Japanese sex doll with a long, skinny legs and perky breasts. She is made of like ultra realistic platinum silicone, and Pippa can pleasure her man with her. There's more details. Do you want me to press more details?
Good.
If you get a virus, don't blame me, fam. Yeah, I think you do have a virus on this thing. But yeah,
I'm not surprised if that was you.
exactly.
Let me see. Hold on, let me see it.
Go ahead, Pastor. Yeah, so listen, I get it. There's a real industry for this. I understand this is a real thing. All I'm saying is that
That is crazy.
people have their
She
things
looks
that
real.
people have things that they like, and like you just said, you complimented her on the tatas.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and more with more science and ingenuity, people are making things a lot more realistic, and good for them, I guess. Let's take a break so I can get the hell out of this topic. Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Layla Ali. I might be undefeated in professional boxing, but there's one problem even I can't fight alone: childhood hunger. Over 17 million kids in America may not know where their next meal is coming from. That's 1 in 5 children. Yet billions of pounds of surplus food produced right here in America just get thrown out every year. That's more than enough to feed every last hungry child. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids before it goes to waste. But they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by going to feedingamerica.org. Together we can knock out hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
To help solve hunger in your community and to find your local food bank, visit feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Oh, we got music back.
Yes, we got music. It's Sunday morning breakfast news of the weird. This one is actually kind of interesting. So we just talked about weird people and weird things. And so you ever heard of comfort pets on airline trips? Yes. So usually people bring their dogs or they might bring their cats and so on and so forth. So somebody had decided on a United Airlines flight to bring a peacock on the flight. United Airlines has been reviewing its policy since late last year, but got more attention after rejecting a peacock named Dexter for a flight from Newark to Los Angeles. The airline had warned, I guess the passenger was a photographer and performance artist, Ventico, that the bird could not board the flight.
What was the bird gonna do?
But did you see the video of Dexter on the lady's shoulder? She's like holding him, like, hold on, Dexter, let's go. Dexter's like trying to balance himself on the poor lady's shoulder, and the lady's like, not kidding.
Due to this, they're reviewing their policies.
Yeah, of course.
They've said what we've seen is that the Department of Transportation rules regarding emotional support animals are not working as they were intended to. We'll have more to share soon. Yeah, we do have a lot of worries about this. Director of the Government Relations of Psychiatric Service Dog Partners. See, that's the thing. You can't. How would you make a peacock emotional animal?
And I don't know how you would really fit it on the flight because they're like, I don't like peacocks. Remember, I had that issue with the peacock a couple of months ago, right?
You're fighting.
But like how? You
were yelling at it or some shit?
It was yelling at me too. Hello.
How are you beefing with a peacock?
It was beefing with me. I asked the same question.
Oh my God.
But you see, like their feathers are so long that it's gonna be hanging over the seat. Like, why? Wouldn't you just think that wouldn't be a good idea to take your peacock on a plane?
True.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just leave the peacock fucking home. I don't know what else to say. Like, why are you bringing a peacock on a plane? And they have every right to say, okay, no. All right, like, okay, dragging people out the airlines, all right, that's bigger worries and things of that nature. No, we're not bringing on a peacock on a flight from Newark to Los Angeles, which is about a 4-hour, 5-hour flight, correct?
Right.
Get out of here. Also, do you know there's you ever heard of the richest pastor in the world?
No.
Now, don't get offended here. I was going to read the story. I just want to read the story. I want to just get your thoughts on this story, all right? So a South African pastor and general overseer of Hallelujah Ministries International, he goes by the name of Alf Lukai, is now the richest pastor in the world. He may be even richer than the Pope. His net worth is $1 billion.
How is that possible?
I'm going to tell you, Hallelujah Ministries International has tens of thousands of members in Africa, Europe, and South America. In the past, the pastor has come under fire for allegedly claiming to heal fake dying patients. On his social media, he posted images of dead clients laying in the hospital and then him bringing them back to life. We have to find one of those videos. There is no sickness that Jehovah Rapha cannot heal. Is it HIV? Is it cancer? Diabetes, arthritis, high blood pressure, paralysis, or back pains, excuse me. There's nothing he cannot do. He lifted this woman from her bed of death as doctors had sent her home with no solution. Your solution is found Jesus, he boasted on social media. According to Hallelujah's official website, here's their mission statement. AMI is a Bible-believing Christian church with its foundations rooted on the Word of God. The church started on the 24th of February 2002 in Lyndhurst, Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm looking at pictures. He has a Wraith, security. Yeah. So what do you, as a religious person? I'm just asking. You are the.
Yes, I have questions.
I'm not religious.
Why are you asking me the questions? I don't go to that church. That's not my pastor.
Okay. I guess we can speak. We can't speak generically.
You can speak. You could definitely speak generically because I asked you everything about sex, so that's
That
fine.
is true. Yes.
Speak generically, or you.
There you go.
How does
I'm
one
only
make
being
that
fair.
much money?
There you go.
When they don't have a salary.
This is my thing. I saw something the other day that I totally agree with. If you have a mega church, why don't you make a mega shelter or a mega something to give back to the people? So I'm not disagreeing with you guys on this. I don't know what miracles he claims to do, but whatever he's doing is working because the people are throwing their money at this man.
Yes, absolutely.
They're throwing the money at him.
The power of placebo.
If you give, you need to, as much as you take in, you need to give out to these people because the message of Christianity is to give on to others. And I don't know anything about this man. Does it sound like a full of shit? Yeah, it does to me, but I don't know.
Thank you. I
don't know. I don't know.
I think there tend to be a lot of these type of men in the church.
But this is not the only religion that does it. It's just more pointed out in Christianity.
Why is that so?
I don't know. I think because it's more. I think they're more boastful.
Okay.
I think they're more boastful because, in Christianity, they're saying, like, whatever you pray for, you should get. You're supposed to live in abundance. So I think they feel like by people watching them live in abundance that it's true and, like, things can come true. So I think that people are more boastful on that end of it. Does that make sense?
Can I say something? Is there any way, and I know some people are going to get upset about this, but is there any way?
You don't care about upsetting people.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any way the government, since religious institutes do not pay taxes, I believe that's a fact.
They don't.
They do not pay taxes. But here's what I'll say. If you're not paying taxes, but we're going to basically restrict you from purchasing certain things. So, for instance, if you're making this amount of money, you are not allowed to buy a Rolls Royce whatsoever.
I don't think that that's fair.
Why is that not fair?
Can I finish? I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay, go ahead.
You get really offended. I feel like it's not, let's say someone gifts him that. Like, this is the money to.
And I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to
right, but what I'm saying
is
if somebody says this is the money for that, but the government's telling me I can't buy this. That's like saying if you're a small business owner.
No, it's different. Because I saw small businesses pay taxes.
I don't agree. I don't think that you should stop people, but I think they should know better. But I don't think that the government. It's a difference between church and state. Now you're intertwining.
Well, I mean, it says God we trust on our currency.
I agree.
And also, like I said, you do not pay taxes. I'm not talking about controlling what you teach in church. I'm just saying since you are not paying taxes in church.
Correct, Ade. Ade says, sorry to cut you. Ade says we don't have many real churches. In every fabric of society, we have people that will always taint something that is meant for the people, and that is very true.
Okay,
people take advantage.
But also, how much is a Wraith Phantom? What, $100,000, $200,000?
Well over.
I'm pretty sure with that $200,000, you can do something for the people as opposed to buying yourself a Wraith. Or a private jet.
I'm not
a Rolls Royce is a little
anything.
excessive.
Do you remember when Creflo Dollar asked for all that money to get a private plane?
Jet. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
These are the things I don't disagree with. And he said it's to preach to the masses. Why don't you get on a regular coach seat to preach?
Exactly.
What you're saying does not change. Just the method of how you're getting to the people. Why do the people care about a private jet when you could have? Do you know all the mega churches they have in like Houston? How many people could have stayed in those mega churches aside from having nothing and doing nothing? Like, these people are multimillionaires. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
But like I said, if you are exempt from paying taxes into the government, which is fine, and I get that, then the government should be also able to tell
you get it, but does it bother you?
These religious institutions. Okay, we get it. You're doing the work for a higher being. All right, and we don't want to, as a government, get involved with that, but. If we do notice that it does seem like you're spending your money or the people's money for extravagant things, then we should be able to limit that. So, for instance, not necessarily that you can't buy a Rolls Royce, but maybe we should cap your vehicle, your church vehicle, or a priest's vehicle at, let's say, $30,000 or something.
Well, what if the congregation says we want to out of all the money that
Nobody
we give?
Nobody in the congregation should sit there and say,
Can I finish?
"Oh, I want to see my pastor in a Wraith."
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Or Benz.
You can't say that. Like, you don't know what these people want their pastor to have. I've been to churches where they're like, we need to get pastor into a bigger house. We need to blah, blah, blah,
I want
blah,
my
blah.
pastor in the kids' hospital.
The pastor also has the right to make a decision when he wants to be lavish or not,
but,
though.
Right.
But listen, these people, a lot of them, I had a deep conversation with a friend the other day. A lot of these people are enamored or in love with their pastor and want to throw things at the pastor.
Okay.
It's for the pastor to say,
Yes.
listen, I need to live below my means because that's not. But these people, it gets into their head.
So let me ask you this question then, generically speaking.
Okay.
What is the definition of the word vanity?
What that pastor's doing right there.
Exactly. Isn't that a sin?
Absolutely. It's
Okay.
one of the 7
I'm just-
deadly sins.
Thank you. The 7 deadly sins that a pastor is advocating.
I'm not disagreeing with you guys ever. I think you guys think because if I'm Christian, all the
No, we just
the
generically
tomfoolery that goes on, I'm supposed to agree with. I do not agree with it at
Right.
all.
No, I get it. I'm just saying if like I said, if you're gonna set guidelines where the certain places don't have to pay taxes, and I get it, I'm just saying I'm pretty sure the people don't care. Like I can't see somebody who is going to church and looking at, let's use the Catholic religion. I never cared about when I did go to church years ago. Years ago.
When you were forced to go.
When I was forced to go, essentially, I never thought to myself, man, I got to see Father Jim in that new Beamer,
You
kid.
probably didn't even like Father Jim.
Yeah, man. Father Jim was...
I agree with Ms. Copper.
What does she say?
Ms. Copper says, change the tax code and make the churches pay taxes. I agree. Because when they
Yes.
start to
well,
abuse
you know
the
what?
system...
Exactly. If you're going to... All right, well, then you're going to have to pay taxes.
Thank
Especially
you.
if your pastor is worth $1 billion. And the only source of revenue, correct me if I'm wrong, the only source of revenue for a church is the people and donations,
Yep.
correct?
Absolutely.
That's how they make money.
Correct.
They are not allowed
Not
to...
for self-worth.
Exactly.
Right.
So then, okay, guess what? I just have a problem with me. I'm donating to the church.
I really feel like we should interview a pastor.
We should.
I really feel like we should
You know a
interview a
pastor?
pastor. I do.
Okay, bring him
I mean,
in.
it's hard because it's Sundays.
What's he
but
driving?
Like a Honda.
Good.
Okay, that's
That's
humble.
fine.
Yeah, like a Honda.
That's humble.
But I really
Is it
think that
souped
we
up?
should get one. No.
Good. There you go.
But I really feel like we should get one in here. I mean, it's going to be hard because it's a Sunday, but even if we could do like a midweek interview and show it, because this is something that we have to ask a pastor.
Right. I mean, I listen. Or we can do a remote show from a church. That'd
You were
be
supposed to
dope.
go to church with me a year ago.
This is
Get
dope.
stop.
We can
stop.
we can get one of those tables like we did at the charity event. Get one of those tables. We can set up a remote and we can sit down in front of a church and do Sunday morning breakfast live from who knows, whatever. And then, as people are walking into the church, we can interview them. What are you looking for from God today? What are you praying for today? It'll be great. I think it'll be really dope.
I'm not doing that.
And then the pastor rolls up from horses and with the Rolls Royce,
absolutely.
flowers being thrown on the floor.
$1 billion.
I'm
though,
here,
is-
people.
That's too excessive.
I'm
I'm
here.
sorry. $1 billion. He's in Forbes.
And by the way, people don't realize you can like have somebody being dead and saying, "I brought him back to life.
Yeah.
Give me all your money."
He's healed.
That's all I'm saying. But you know, that is a great idea. Maybe we'll try to get a pastor in
think
here.
so.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. When we come back, we'll have our shout outs, winners and losers. Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back.
You do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plotto and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey, the dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council. It feels like you're frozen, petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments. The bills begin to pile up. Not knowing what to do, you do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Why don't you sit down and shut up?
What? Why don't I sit down and what?
I said, why don't you sit down and shut up? Sit down and shut up!
Sit down and shut up.
Sit down and shut up! 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 Sit down and shut up!
Yeah, Sunday morning breakfast sit down segment, winners and losers for the week of February 4th. This is already February.
I can't wait.
Black History Month.
Yes. The shortest month of the year.
Yeah. It is what it is. Let's start off with winners. Voice, who's your winner for this week, sir?
I'm going to give my winners to 2 people. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Mr. Jay-Z for being on the Van Jones talk. He was being interviewed and gave some insight of what he believed was going on with the country. And one thing that he said, which was very truthful and resonated with me, was that he mentioned that we should not literally curb what's going on with white America at this point in time. Because what happens is if somebody gets exposed, the true people that are racist will run, duck, and hide, and afterwards now create a superbug, which is Donald Trump. So he basically said that if all these things were to happen, let it continue to happen until the movement that overthrows them will give us more of equality, if you will. So I definitely, you know, the interviews, if you guys didn't check it out, definitely check it out. Seriously.
And our president decided he needed to respond to that interview as well.
Yeah, there was a Twitter war going on.
Because there's nothing else better to do. That's better than the president of the United States. Yes, to argue with a rapper. But go ahead. Which is weird. He didn't say anything about Eminem, though.
No, he didn't.
I wonder why.
Secondary thing, Jordan Peele, I'm going to give it to you. He won, what there was the Grammys that happened a couple days ago. So he was definitely given an award for the Directors Guild, I believe.
Yeah.
For Get Out. And he was recalling the time that he was directing the video, that it was very emotional for him and it was a very hardworking piece. So Get Out is definitely a movie that I thought It was not going to do well because we were making fun of it originally, but it seems to be doing really, really well. So shout outs to Dune.
No, I think it's a classic film.
It is.
All right, Crystal, who's your winner for this week?
My winner for this week is Janet Jackson because a lot of people were speculating that she was going to perform at halftime, and she says on Twitter to put to rest any speculation or rumors as to whether I will be performing at the Super Bowl tomorrow. I will not. Thank you for your support, and I do look forward to seeing you all very soon. I do not feel like this is a time for her to jump out and replay what happened because I felt like Justin Timberlake threw her under several buses. So
and benefited off of it.
Can I ask a question?
Off of it.
How so? How so?
He never, to my knowledge, he never admitted that he was part of that stunt.
We still don't even know what the story was with the stunt whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't.
Neither she.
He didn't want to take any ownership at all.
He didn't. He stepped right away from it.
And benefited off
I felt like it halted her career while it skyrocketed.
Yes. No, I don't think it halted her career. It's Janet Jackson. I don't think it's. I don't think. How is pulling a woman's shirt off or whatever that was to cover her breast? How did that catapult his career? Like you think
it was the biggest news story since
and the fact that it was his hand. Time.
Yeah,
for a long time. Yeah, I felt like for a while she kind of ducked and hide while he was kind of like.
It was embarrassing for her.
I have no idea. But I think I don't think we ever got the real story of what actually happened. I think she hasn't said it. He hasn't said it. Anybody who's part of the performance planning hasn't said what really was supposed to go on. To be honest with you, I think it was. I don't want to get into
wardrobe malfunction.
No, I think something. A guy doesn't just unless you're Harvey Weinstein, but a guy doesn't perform with somebody. Snaps. And without that being planned or that being coordinated, and the other party being okay with it.
So, what do you feel? Do you feel like it was? Do you feel like he shouldn't have taken the heat for that?
No, I think they both should have taken the heat. I think everybody involved should have taken the heat for it.
He didn't.
No, I think he did. But I also think he apologized initially. I have to do some research, and I can be wrong. I'm always wrong. But this idea that she was done wrong and she was this damsel in distress because she.
I felt like that.
I think she might have known that was part of the dance or part of the skit, and I think she just said, no pun intended, but she moonwalked the ass out of that.
Pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended, definitely. That definitely was pun intended.
My winners go out to the Hall of Famers, especially who were announced yesterday, football Hall of Famers that came out yesterday. One specifically was Terrell Owens, who unfortunately did play for the Eagles for a time, but he was genuinely a great player. Also, who made the list, Randy Moss. Randy Moss was an unbelievable player. He got elected into the Football Hall of Fame. One person I don't agree with is Brian Urlacher. Do we have a call? Somebody wants to yell at me? All right, let's hear it. How it goes.
You ready?
Yes, hello. Yes, oh, God.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Well, I think we discovered who our losers are.
1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly,
You actually allowed
Eagles, fly.
chorus 1 and chorus 2. And the refrain.
Eat, is in the house, Eagles. Eagles!
Total disrespect.
Go Eagles.
Do we even need to do we even?
You hang up. You.
He allowed the whole song to play. He allowed the whole
come
verse
on.
1, 2, and 3.
Come on. And the fact that they have to spell the name of their team is even worse. Pretty pathetic, but whatever. What is your loser? I don't have to even name a loser because we can look to the phone lines for that.
Wow.
Go ahead. Who is your loser for this week?
I'm going to give loser to this person named Salim Bradley. Salim Bradley was going into a turnstile in the subway train station in the city this week. Jumped it. Or actually, no, went through the emergency turnstile. Got stopped by a cop. When the cop was coming after him, he wanted to run. He tried to run, couldn't escape, so he went into the tunnel. Now, in the tunnel, there's hardly any lights. You could pretty much kill yourself because there's oncoming trains coming in.
And there's rats.
And live wires.
Live wires, third rails, everything.
Right.
So he
forget the darkness.
Had these cops go into that tunnel to the point that he saw a train coming from afar and told the train to hold off, to slow down. And he couldn't get away, so he decided to give himself in. Turns out when they apprehended this person, he was wanted for attempted murder.
What a level.
So if you're already wanted for attempted murder, why would you jump a turnstile where everybody can see you? You just gave yourself up right there.
What a lemon. He must have been an Eagles fan. Crystal, who is your loser for this week?
My loser for this week goes to 44 people, and I don't have their name, but 44 people were arrested while trying to make a music video on the roof of the Baruch houses, so on the projects. 37 men and 7 women were arrested and charged with criminal trespassing at the Baruch houses in the Lower East Side, and they found 2 imitation rifles and 1 firearm, which was found at the scene. The NYCHA released a statement saying safety and security is our top priority. This is an ongoing incident, and we are working with our partners in law enforcement to resolve this as soon as possible.
You cannot be that stupid.
They are.
We just gave you two stupid stories.
We've seen a lot of stupidity in this episode, man. We see somebody break into a Taco Bell and get tased. Oh, man, can we watch that one more time before we go? I need to see that one more time.
Yeah, it's terrible.
My loser for this week. You know, I don't even want to say the city of Philadelphia or Eagles fans just because I don't want to jinx it.
You want to give it to your cousin?
I don't want to just give them that smoke and the next thing you know, they win and I gotta eat crow or whatever like that. What I will say is this. I will make a personal bet right now. So the people that just called me, all right, if the Philadelphia Eagles...
Your family?
My family, right. No, well, they're not family today. Like, they're Eagles fans today, which I despise. But if the Eagles win the Super Bowl today, I will wear an Eagles sweatshirt and an Eagles hat.
Oh, my God. I don't think
on this show.
I don't think they're winning.
No, but he thinks he's slick. He'll wear it, but for how long will you wear it? Like
I will wear it for the entire. Not only that, I will wear it for the entire show. I will also sing the Eagles fight song.
That's a tall order, sir.
On the show,
that's a tall order. You know the lyrics to the show, to the song.
You must. With your family singing every other day.
No, they wake up to that shit.
Yeah.
Fly Eagles. Up into the Folgers theme song. Good God. So yes, I will do that.
Wow.
God.
I think you should make that your profile picture too.
What?
You and the Eagles.
No.
Why not?
Let's take it easy. Can we play our sign off music? All right, cool. Let's do that.
We have it back. We didn't have to sing it.
I know, right? That would be great. All right, let's say our shout outs.
Yes.
Voice.
I'll give you a shout out to Mr. David Copper. It's his birthday yesterday. Shout out to Miss Carol Copper, also her birthday. Shout outs to Miss Diuni, another birthday. Shout outs to my team. Shout out to all the promotions that were going on within the organization under my leadership. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Shout outs to Oceanside. Leadership. Shout outs to the house, Miss Barbie. Shout outs to Hunter. And also, shout outs to Agamem's.
Sponsored.
I did 2 sponsorships.
Yes, you did.
They owe you a check. Where is that at?
You know
what's your shout outs, Crystal?
I want to shout out, Bino, because he's not here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
shout out to his sick self.
Feel better.
Yes.
I want to shout out to everybody going to Trinidad Carnival. Be very, very safe, and I will see you down there.
So are you going to be wearing the garb too? You're going to be wearing the whole thing?
I will be wearing costume, yes. I will be in full costume.
Your boyfriend's going with you, correct?
No, he is not going with me.
So who's your bodyguard?
Excuse you.
Who's your bodyguard?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a bodyguard.
Turn off that music. Wait. Hold on. Mr. 6ix9ine is not going with you.
No.
So who's going?
I'm a grown woman. I go with myself.
You're going to the streets of Trinidad and Tobago.
It's a girl
and you're going to be wearing the stuff.
Yeah, I am.
You have family there?
No.
And you're going there?
I mean, does anybody else see the concern with this?
No, I don't know why.
I'm a little concerned.
I'm a grown woman.
You do realize the kidnapping rate over there is pretty high over there, right?
It's Carnival. They don't do any violence. Right?
Okay.
Wow.
Tune into next month when you don't see Crystal over
no,
here.
I'm more concerned.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Sorry, Smalls.
My poor mother. Oh, my God. My mother's
Smalls
probably like, I told you I'm worried about your dad.
Wait. So Smalls isn't going, and he's not concerned. And he's not concerned about, you and the attire you will be wearing and the people you'll be around. Because we know Trinidad's known for the grinding. They do the whining.
Well, you have a lot of convincing supporters saying that you're gonna be okay.
Whatever.
They do the whining.
Well, you know what? Thank you, Trini man. I'm not gonna see now. I'm not gonna post any pictures.
See, Trini man's not gonna be but he's gonna save the day, just like he saved that 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we came in.
If anything happens,
this is shots.
Mine's
this
real.
is fake. This is real. Ooh, Vivian said Carl's worse than Haiti. Stop it. Wow. Worse than Haiti.
I can't rebut to that.
I'm just saying. I'm just want to make sure that you and Smalls are on the same page, and
we're all on the same page. And if we're not on the same page, we'll be when I get back.
Oh, you better not be outside.
We gotta sign off. Shout out to everybody. Get better, Bino.
Are we not gonna shout out to Sweet Mama because he's not here?
No, she had a joke about my hat last week. No, she could. No,
Guess
she's
not.
out. No,
My bad.
Bump that.
Okay.
She all right. She good. Shout out to the fam. I think we're in month 6 or of Hunter coming out. Yeah.
Wow.
Is it month 6? I think it's month 5.
When did she do?
May 7th.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, man.
And you're gonna have a Taurus baby. Thank God.
What does that mean?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh God.
We're the greatest people
may
on
God
earth.
help us all.
The Brahma Bull. That was actually May 7th, you said?
May 7th.
You know,
yes.
Muscle's birthday is on the 11th. Imagine if he's born on the 11th.
Imagine if he's born on Musclehead's birthday and named after Hunter. Wow.
It's all,
Friends for life.
It is all interconnected.
Oh, the stars align is what you're telling me.
The stars are aligned.
Oh, okay.
Cousin Pat said he wants a picture of Mason in the Eagles jersey.
No, I would never do that to my son, ever. Goodbye. That's done. Show's over. Thank you. Goodbye.